Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss some very important the terms frequently we are using in every branch of the chemistry. Those are like atom, element, molecule, compound, mixture. These all. So some of the students are getting a little bit confusion among these. Today I am going to give the clarity regarding these all terms. Okay, let us start our session. So first of all, universe. Universe is classified into two categories. One is the matter, second one is the radiation. Okay, matter is nothing but anything which have the mass and occupy some space, or anything which have the mass and having the volume. Okay, that's radiation. Radiation is, it doesn't carry any mass and it cannot be occupied in space, but it comes under some examples can be taken for the radiation: light, sound, feelings, okay, angriness, okay, electromagnetic radiation. These all are comes under radiation. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the matter. So matter is nothing but anything which has the mass and occupies some space. For example, marker, I can feel that it has some weight, and when it is keeping on my palm, it is occupying some space. Similarly, duster, okay, anything which has a mass and occupy the space comes under matter. For the things surrounding of us, all are comes under matter, even air also. So this matter is made up of, what matter is made up of? So anything which has a mass and occupy the space. Okay, right, here matter is made up of mixture. Mixtures are made up of compounds. Compounds are made up of either molecules or elements. Molecules or elements. These molecules or elements are made up of atoms. Already we know that these atoms are made up of, so elements are made up of atoms are made up of like subatomic particles, electrons, protons, neutrons. Again proton and neutron made up of quark, and again in the quark, so gluon, some material, some smaller particles are present. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the what is meant by atom, element, molecule, compound, mixture. Okay, so first thing is, you can be considered that atom. Atom is the basic form of the element. Atom is basic form of the elements. Okay, that means atoms two or more, or say single atom or one or more kind of the atoms can be combined to give the elements. That's what here atom can be defined as. Regarding atom, a little bit information. Atom. So here atom is the basic form of the element. Atom is basic form of element, and which has involving in a chemical reaction. Involving in a chemical reaction. So atoms are basic form of the element. That means elements are formed by the combination of the atom, either one or more kind. Okay, so here whatever the reactions are involving, in the reactions whatever the molecules, compounds are involving, those will be divided into atoms, and the atoms rearrangement will be takes place, reorganization will be takes place, and forms a new compounds. Okay, atom definition is the basic form of the element which has the, or which is involving in a chemical reaction. Okay, next one, atom is indivisible. According to Dalton's atomic theory, Dalton's atomic theory said that atoms are indivisible. That means here John Dalton is going to divide the matter into smaller and smaller pieces. Ultimately we are getting a particle which is indivisible. We cannot be divided into further simpler species by any means, that means by physical or chemical. But modern theorists are saying that atoms are made up of Atoms are made up of like electron, proton, neutron, muon, neutrino, antineutrino, gluon. Okay, na? Many particles are there. Okay, so those particles, among those very important one are electron, proton and neutron. That's why these three are called subatomic particles or fundamental particles. Subatomic particles are fundamental particles. Subatomic or fundamental particles, because in the construction of an atom these three are playing the very important role. That's what those are called fundamental particles or subatomic particles. And atoms are invisible. Atoms are invisible. We cannot see through the high power resolution microscope also. Okay, na? So those are very very tiny. Even you can see that full stop in the textbook that is containing that 10 lakhs means 1 million of the particles. You can assume that how small the atoms are. The atoms are how small. And here these atoms are highly stable. Atoms are highly energetic. Those are having the high energy. Okay, na? So the atoms are having the very high energy. That's what atoms are less stable, because universal relationship can be applied here. So the stability is inversely proportional to energy. Stability is inversely proportional to energy. That means if you are having the high energy, that is having the low stable. Less energy, that is the highly stable. That's what here for stability, for explaining the stability, G.N. Lewis, an American chemist, has given that Lewis octet rule. Lewis octet rule. Octet rule is nothing but which are having the 8 valency electrons. 8 valency electrons, those are the more stable. Which are having the 8 valence electrons, those are more stable. Why the 8 electrons are more stable? He assumed that here nucleus and inner electrons means core electrons as a kernel, and remaining 8 electrons can be occupy the corners of the cube. That means he assumed that generally atoms are spherical in shape, but here Lewis assumed that like a cube like structure. So that's what here which one, cube is containing the 8 corners. So here 8 electrons will be occupies the 8 corners of the cube. That's what those are highly stable. That's what he said, that which are having the 8 valency electrons, the atoms which are having the 8 valency electrons means in the last cell, so those are highly stable. The reason is here he assumed, not experimentally proved, he assumed that electrons are occupying the 8 corners of the cube. That's what here octet electronic configuration, that is the NS2 NP6 we will consider. NS2 NP6 octet electronic configuration is the more stable. Okay, na? However, we have the two more configuration. Duplet electronic configuration means NS2 2 electrons, 2 valence electrons, that is exhibited by the helium and H minus, lithium plus, beryllium plus 2, like that. Next one, pseudo electronic configuration, that is nothing, or nickel electronic configuration, that is nothing but which are having the 18 valence electrons. 18 valence electrons are called pseudo electronic configuration. 8 electrons are called octet electronic configuration. 2 valence electrons are called duplet electronic configuration. That means the atoms which are having the 8 valence electrons, those are the highly stable. In order to get that 8 electrons, suppose the atoms are having the different number of valence electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, of course 8 also are there. So which are having the 8 valence electrons, those are under the 8th group elements. All 8th group elements can be existing as a which one in the atomic state. All 8th group elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon and oganiston, the newly discovered elements. Even that means recently they placed it in the periodic table. So these all are available in the nature is in the atomic form. That means these no need to combine with any other element, because already they have that 8 valence electrons or 2 or 18 valence electrons in their last shell. That's what those are highly stable. Then what about the remaining? Suppose here hydrogen is having the 1 electron, atomic number is one valence only 1 electron. So to get the stability, it is combining with one more electron. or with one more electron, that means whatever the element is available, whatever the atom is available, hydrogen is combining with that. Okay, so similarly nitrogen, oxygen, all the elements are trying to get the stability. In order to get the stability, some atoms are losing electrons, some are gaining electrons. Which are losing, so which are having the 1 valency, 2 or 3 valency electrons, those are losing, because instead of gaining 7, 6, 5 electrons, losing of 1, 2, 3 electrons easy, that's why they are losing the electrons. And which are having the 5 valence electrons, 6 valence electrons, 7 valence electrons. So 5 valence electrons means gaining the 3 electrons. If you are having the 6 valence electrons, gaining 2 electrons, 7 valence electrons, gaining the 1 electron. That's what here, in order to get the nearest noble gas electronic configuration, some of the atoms are gaining the electrons, some are losing the electrons. That's what here they are getting the stability. That's what here, by loss of gaining of electrons, those are getting the stability. So in order to get the stability, they are losing or gaining the electrons. That's what here, the bonds are forming. So molecules or elements or compounds are forming. Okay na? Right. So here atom definition is, so the basic form of the element which has or which is involving in a chemical reaction, it is indivisible and invisible, and these are highly energetic, that's what less stable. Okay, so this is about the atom. Next one is element. We can be see that here elements, we are saying that how many elements are have been discovered. We don't say that how many atoms or how many molecules or how many compounds. Compounds are approximately totally in the world approximately 3,50,000 compounds are have been known, compounds are there, but elements are element. What, first of all, what is meant by element? So element is the basic form of the matter, the basic form of matter which has independent existence. Independent existence means independently it can be exist. So we said that matter is nothing but which is having the mass and having the volume or occupies the space. So the matter is the basic form is element. Element is the basic form of the matter and which has the independent existence, means independently can be exist. Of course atoms can be independently exist. Which one? Only 8th group elements. Remaining all our atoms are cannot be exist independently. So those are combining with other elements to get the stability. Only 8th group elements are existing independently. That's what there we cannot be say that. The atom definition will say that basic form of the element, which is involving in a chemical reaction. But coming to element is the basic form of the matter which has independent existence and can retain the all properties. Okay now. So here elements are 118 elements have been discovered. How many elements have been discovered till now? 118 elements. Okay, now updated news. 118 elements have been discovered, named, even placed in the periodic table also. But in the competitive manner, I have to follow that academy books. Okay, right here elements so formed by same kind of the atoms. Same kind of atoms can give the elements. That means 118 elements are having the 118 atoms. That means one element, hydrogen atom, oxygen atom, nitrogen element, nitrogen. That means same kind of the atoms combined to give the element. Okay, for example you can take hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Okay na. Next one sodium, magnesium, like that. These are the elements. Okay, those can be represented in the symbolic form. Symbol is nothing but shorthand notation of an element. These symbols are introduced by the John Berzelius. According to Berzelius, first letter in the English name or Latin name, first letter can be taken as it's a symbol. If the first letter is same, it can be next second letter will be considered, that is which is having the more stress on the letter. Okay, so here while writing the symbols, first letter will be always capital, second letter will be always small, right? So here element definition is the basic form of the matter which has the independent existence, same kind of the atoms combined to give the elements. Okay, then what about the different kinds of the atoms? So different kinds of the atoms combine to give molecule. Different kinds of the atoms combine to give, that means different kinds of atoms. Different kinds of the atoms combine to give molecule. So here H2O molecule, CO2 molecule, next one H2 molecule, O2 molecule, N2 molecule. You can be observed here two kinds of the molecules. One is the heteronuclear molecule, second one is the homonuclear molecule. Heteronuclear is nothing but two different kinds of the atoms are present. Two or more different kinds of the atoms are present, that is called heteronuclear molecules. And if the atoms are same kind, that is called homonuclear molecules. Homonuclear molecules. This sometimes homonuclear molecules can be considered as the elements. Homonuclear molecules can be considered as elements also. H2, N2, O2, okay na, Cl2, okay, Na, Mg, Au. Same kind of the atoms sometimes considered as the elements, and different kinds of the atoms are considered as a molecule. So molecule can be defined as two or more same or different kinds of the atoms combine to give a molecule. And this molecule is, if the formed by the combination of same kind of the atom, that is called homonuclear molecule. If it is formed by the different kinds of the molecule, different kinds of the atoms, so that is called heteronuclear molecule. Here homonuclear molecules sometimes termed as the elements. Next, compound. Compound can be defined as two or more different atoms. Compound. Two or more different atoms, particularly are saying here different atoms, combine chemically by fixed ratio by weight. Right? So here two or more different atoms combination of the atoms, two or more, and particularly different atoms, two or more different atoms combine chemically, fixed ratio by weight, means by considering the mass will be take that. So here H2O CO2 is same, we can take H2O CO2. So these are considered as molecules, heteronuclear molecules or compounds. So here two, one hydrogen, one oxygen, that means hydrogen atom, oxygen atom, carbon atom, oxygen atom. NaCl is a compound. We don't say that carbon dioxide element, carbon dioxide molecule or carbon dioxide compound. Okay, right. Here he said that fixed ratio by weight. Here by taking the hydrogen, so 2 into atomic weight 1, so is to hydrogen, oxygen 1 into atomic weight 16, so 2 is to 16. By simplifying 1 is to 8, the combining ratio. By taking the carbon 1 into 12 atomic weight, and hydrogen oxygen atoms 2 into 16, so 12 is to 32, so 3 4 3s 4 8s. See here, two or more different atoms are combining by fixed ratio by weight. Okay, now here water molecule can be considered, carbon dioxide molecule also can take. So wherever the water molecule is forming, however it is preparing, means naturally it can be formed or artificially it can be prepared, or water can be take distilled water, okay, sewage water, rain water, or from any different places too can be take. The combining ratio by weight is fixed, that is the 1:8 ratio. Carbon dioxide gas, that can be formed by the burning of the coal or paper or releasing from the vehicles or from factories or from the vehicles. The carbon dioxide is combining with the 3 parts of the carbon is combining with 8 parts of the oxygen. Fixed, that is, that's what here used, that fixed ratio by weight. Okay, so 2 or more different atoms combine chemically. That means here when hydrogen combining with oxygen, when hydrogen combines with oxygen, water molecule can be formed. Okay now, so this water molecule, hydrogen properties, oxygen properties are different. So the formed compound does not shows that any properties of the hydrogen or oxygen. Okay, right. So here compound is chemically combined. That means compound is nothing but a new substance. Okay now, and which is having the entirely new properties when compared with its reactants. Okay, so this is the compound definition. 2 or more different atoms chemically combined fixed ratio by weight or mass, that is called compound. Now mixture, what is meant by mixture? Here compound is combining fixed ratio. Coming to mixture, mixture is 2 or more compounds, 2 or more compounds combine physically by any ratio by weight. Okay, now mixture physically combining and any ratio means, for example, you can take that water. Okay now, you can take the, I am writing here, this is the water is one compound. To this I can be add sugar or salt also one compound. So for the, this is the, suppose 1 liter of water, I will be add that first 10 grams of sugar, next I will be add the 20 grams of, next I will be add the 50 grams, next I will be add the 100 grams. So here there is no fixed ratio. So here the mixtures are physically combined, means here we can be separated by the using the suitable methods. So here it can be separated by the evaporation. Okay, so physically combined and any ratio. Coming to compound, chemically combined, fixed ratio. That is the major difference between the compound and mixture. So mixture can be defined as 2 or more compounds combine physically any ratio by weight. Water is one compound, sodium chloride also one of the compound, because here different atoms, also different atoms, combination fixed weight 3:8 ratio. Here sodium chloride is 23:35.5 because their atomic masses. Okay now, so here any ratio they can be combined and physically we can be separated by using the suitable separation methods. Okay now, so this is the regarding mixture. And here mixture types are there, 2 types. What are those? Homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous. Homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture, nothing but looking like only one phase. Suppose salt in the water, salt can be dissolved in water, or sugar can be dissolved in the water, or any salts can be dissolved in the water. So looking like only one phase. Until we taste, we cannot say. Suppose you are given the 3 samples, one is the sugar water, salt water, normal water. So by physically seeing the water bottles, you cannot say that which is salt water, sugar water or pure water, because we are adding the little bit amount. So here what's happening, when the salt or sugar is added to water, it is soluble. Physically, by seeing physically, we cannot say that in that salt is added, sugar is added and something is added. Okay now, so looking like single phase, that is called homogeneous mixture. Here homogeneous mixtures are called solutions. Homogeneous mixtures are called solution. Homogeneous mixtures are called solution. It can be defined as homogeneous mixture, and which can be separate the constituents based on in certain limits, that is called solution. Next here example, salt water, sugar water, this we can be take. Heterogeneous mixture. So heterogeneous mixture is sand water, next stones in water. So Suppose to the beaker it can be added the stones added to the water. So easily by seeing physically we can say that stones are present or sand is present in the water. That means two different states we can be see that. One is the liquid state, second is the solid state. If sand is added solid and stones also added solid, next one is the oil added to the water, so different state, that is called heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so this is about the somewhat clarity regarding atom, element, molecule, compound mixture. Okay, atoms are combining giving the elements, elements are combining to give the molecule, molecules are combining to give the compound, compounds are combining to give the mixture, mixtures all comes under matter. Okay, atom can be defined as the basic form of the element and which is involving in a chemical reaction, which is invisible, having the high energy, and means low stability, less stable. Next, element is the basic form of the matter and which has having the independent existence. Elements, 118 elements have been discovered. So here element, next one is compound. Compound can be defined as two or more different atoms chemically combined by fixed ratio by weight is called compound. Okay, next one, mixture, two or more different compounds combined physically any ratio by weight, that is called mixture. Mixtures are two types, that is a homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is also called as solution. Okay, right. So this is, I think, hope you it will be useful to you. Okay, thank you.